Hello everyone, welcome back to another KungfuBeer tutorial for Run 8. I, of course, am KungfuBeer. We're here at, well, Bealville. That's, I guess, how it's said. We have a situation that has come up where some people are unable to get trains going if they stop on the hill or whatever. So we have a UP train here in Bealville. Stopped, it's right actually here on the Mojave subdivision, and I'm going to show you how to get it going right now. But also there's another thing that I need to show you because it's going to derail, and I'll show you why. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, so we've jumped in our UP manifest going from Bakersfield to West Colton, and the problem is one of the problems is that if you jump in a train and server's restarted, the handbrake is going to be on every single car. If I simply release the handbrakes, then the cars are going to pull apart and break couplers because we are on a hill. So the first thing I'm going to do is put 20 pounds. I'm going to apply 20 pounds of train brake to the entire train and wait for that to go through the train. We have DPUs, so when we start pumping air from the back to the middle and middle of the back, then we'll get everything charged back up. I'll be right back when that happens. Should be about a couple minutes. All right, that didn't take very long. We're looking here at the flow. The flow is 0, but to verify, I'm going to take a quick flight over here, and we'll pick somewhere in the middle, one of these coil cars, and you see they got 69, perfect number, pounds of air. So that means the brakes have about 10 pounds of braking force on them, because braking starts at 80 pounds. And if we look all the way in back here, we see we have our 3 DPUs, and then I think there's 4 units on the head end. Oh, we got 5 on the head end. So it's 10,000 tons, 7,000 feet. It's just under 7,000 feet, but we got to get this thing started on this hill, and we don't want to break knuckles. So let's see how we do that. So the first thing I'm going to do, now that I'm back in the cab, I'm going to go ahead and fence up my DPUs. Remember, I have independence on full. I'm in forward on my reverser. You can see right here. Got no flow. Got 69 in the rear, 69 we already checked in the middle, 69 on the head end. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up to notch 4 on the rear of the train. So I've requested notch 4. The DPU is in notch 2 right now. It should be coming up. You see the amp start and load. As soon as I get a little push from the rear, I'm going to release the handbrakes. And we can see it right there. The amperage is 349. So I'm going to I'm going to take off the handbrakes now. I still have air on all cars and the independence on full. So as soon as I release the handbrakes, you see that the coupler is still 182,000 pounds. And we want to get this thing, we want to start pushing this up through without busting knuckles. We're going to bust a knuckle. And I'll show you exactly how this is going to happen. But first, let me demonstrate why it's going to break, or that it is going to break, and I'll tell you why. So I'm already pushing on the back. I'm going to go ahead and bring the lead locomotive up as well to notch 4. I'm going to request the DPU go up to notch 5. We'll wait for it to answer, and I'll pull notch 5 from the front here. Wait for the amps to kick in here. Notch 5 answered in the rear. You got notch 4 on the front. The load's going down. Wait for it to stabilize. This is all time and patience. I'm going to try to baby it because this has been done by babying the consist and not breaking anything. Now, the rail driver automatically changed notch 5. That's fine. I'm going to wait for it to stabilize again. Have 182,000 tons on the couplers. 1,000 pounds, I should say, not tons. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the air, the train air. Independent brakes are still on full. We want to wait for the flow to come down to 0 before we attempt to do anything. We want all the brakes to lift on each individual car. Now we can go check it on those coil cars, or we can simply just wait till the flow is 0. I'll be right back when that happens. Okay, so our flow is under 10 now. That means all the brakes are lifted. Just a little bit of pressure still on them, but the middle cars are good. Again, we can check it if we want to. However, we're going to get ready to go here. I'm going to set my displays up for road operation. Bright lights. We are in forward already. You see, I don't know what happened, but my couplers are at 381 now from the under 200. So it's where we got to be really careful. So let's get going here. So my brakes are released. I'm in notch 5 front and rear, and I'm going to slowly come off on my independent brakes. I've already bailed off for quite some time. Got a little movement on the rear there. See the flow's down to 3. Still coming off. The load is neutral in front and rear. Still coming off on the independents. Coupler pressure's coming down a little bit. And as we've been doing this many times, the wheel's going to fall off and off the tracks, and it's going to derail us. And well, it's going to derail, and then it's going to break a coupler. So now we're starting to move. Very patient here. Point of this video is to not get frustrated if this happens. Watching my couplers, it's getting pretty crazy up there, but we are on a pretty steep hill. A lot of the train is. You see the coupler pressure's kind of playing at that 4,000 limit, just below it. 4,000, you're going to break couplers. But we started pushing from the rear, so you see up there in blue, it's not black. So we're now moving smoothly until this wheel falls off the tracks. We'll probably get up to around the corner up here, that third telephone pole. That seems to be where we are going to derail and break couplers. Got DPU errors. That's because we're in the hills. Don't worry about it. We're not making any changes to DPUs. They're already set with their instructions. As long as we don't get a unit error, we're okay. So we're under 300 now, so that's pretty good for us. And this is usually where things go bad. It is possible, if you baby it good enough, to get this thing going without these problems. But if you keep trying this, you keep failing, then I'll show you what it is. So maybe I babied it enough because I haven't got the air yet, or where it fell off tracks, like right at the tunnel I was getting it. So this is my 10th time doing this to figure out the problem, troubleshoot it, and film it. And right now I'm good to go. So I was able to accomplish getting this thing going so far without derailing. And what causes it to derail is if you had this streamline derailments check like I do right now, it throws the I-beam cars for some reason. Maybe their location, their light, but it would cause the I-beam cars to throw the wheels off. And the solution for that was either uncheck that as easiest, put a load on those I-beams, or do what I just did. Somehow I was succeeded this time, again after 10 times doing this. And of course, you guys know I've done this kind of stuff plenty of times, so it was quite frustrating to figure out what is going wrong. Well, as soon as we turned off stringline derailments, I didn't have that problem because of those I-beam cars in this case. It could also be other cars that are light and just somewhere in the consist that a little bit of jerky motion would, I mean slight, but it would throw the wheels off. You'd get crunched. So I'm going to get the scenario restarted. I want to show you actually how it happens. If you uncheck that thing, it won't do it, but if you have it checked like I did and you don't do it perfect, then you will derail. I want to show you what it does. We're at notch 5 and notch 5. This is my third attempt at trying to show you what was happening to me yesterday. I've babied this train a few times already this morning recording this, and I can't get it to do what it was doing, but the I-beam should derail here as we start into this curve ahead of us. The I-beam's towards the rear of the train. I already showed you how to do it, and then of course trying to show you how it happened, I got the train up through and working no problem, and can't explain why I haven't had any issues, but now I'm just trying to explain what does happen in case you encounter it. And that's becoming difficult today. So notch 5 front and rear. Couplers are looking good. I don't know if I'm going to get it to do it again. It has to do with the bouncing and the cars banging on each other. It was right here where I was getting that problem, and other people were getting it as well. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to get it today, but that's fine. If you do have it, just turn off your string line derailments here, and then go through this process pretty slow. I mean, I actually turned the errors off and back on this time, and that didn't cause me to derail. So I don't know, maybe I'm getting better at the practice that I'm doing. But yeah, so that's how you get this thing going here. You just got to take your time. And like I said, if you're derailing when you're pushing from the back, and these cars here were derailing on me, this one here particularly, and was breaking couplers all up and down the train because they were dragging. The locomotives here were pushing on it, and it just was throwing it off. So I don't know, I can't simulate it today. Tried many times, but that's how you get the train going up the hill anyways. So I hope this helped you out if you're having these problems, and leave comments down below if you have any questions about it. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. We'll see you on the next one. See you on the server.